Hey guys, it's Drew Dillon from Project Lift. I'm a weightlifting coach who's worked with an Olympian and a world team member, and if you're looking for motivation, this video is for you. It's time to make 2021 your best year with your best results, and I'm going to show you 3 exercises that's going to allow you to create motivation. Now, but first, before I get into it, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. There's new videos coming each week with drills, technique, and whatever questions you may have. But ultimately, guys, pay this forward. If these help you, share it with someone who could use the help too. All right, guys. The first exercise we're going to do today is setting a powerful goal. Now, stay with me here. If goals make you cringe, you're not alone. Often how goals are taught pushes people not to use goals more so than helping them with goals. When goals are done well, they can be very powerful. And I want to change your perspective here. I want you to think of this a little differently. I want you to think of goal setting as sets and reps, just like the gym. Can you remember when you first grabbed onto a barbell? Maybe it was a squat, your first squat. Can you remember your first snatch? I bet it was a bit more awkward than it is, say, now, right? When we put in the sets and reps, we start to coordinate, things feel better, and goal setting is no different. So stay with me here. Let's dive into it. The first thing that we're going to do here is reflect, right? 5 years ago, where were you? What were you doing? What was on your mind? Where was your focus? I imagine you were a bit different than you are now. And this process of reflection helps us see how we change over time, helps us just see it. Because when we start goal setting, we start thinking ahead, it's really easy to be like, I don't even know. But when we look back and we look at where we've been and where we've come, it's easier to see the things that can change and how big they can be. Okay, guys, now I want you to think about 5 years in the future. It's 2026. And when it comes to your body, your strength, your results, where do you want them to be? Where do you see them in 2026? So when you do your 2026 goal, when you do 5 years ahead, I want you to write it like this. By 2026, I ... And we can even make it more specific. By January 2026, After you've created a picture of where you want to be in 5 years, it's time to bring it back down to 1 year. So what we're going to do now is focus on January of 2022, right? And we're going to write this goal just like we did before. By January 2022, and again, guys, when we're focusing on this, when it comes to your body, when it comes to your training, when it comes to your results, where do you want them to be by January 2022? That's in line with helping you reach where you want to be by January of 2026. This should make you slightly uncomfortable, right? And if it's not, if it's just kind of like, go deeper. Let yourself dig in there. Let yourself write. Let yourself reflect, right? If you're not getting the results you want in weightlifting right now, this is going to help. So congratulations, guys. You've just done set 1, rep 1 of your goal setting. Let's get into the second exercise. All right, guys, our second exercise is simple, but that does not mean that it's easy. And it's vital for the success of our goals. And what I want you to do is I want you to go back to your goals. And what we're going to do right at the end of your goals, you're going to write the word because. And then you're going to fill in that blank. And what we're doing here, guys, is we're finding the why. Why is this important to you? What does this do for you? Right? And that is vital for us to find. It brings so much energy to our goals, but it also helps us avoid some common pitfalls that come with goal setting. very often we can create goals based on society and culture, our parents, for others, right? All these different ways that we can create goals that aren't truly our goals. And then when we get into them, we lose motivation and we fall off and we fail. And then we think that there's something wrong with us, when really the goal wasn't in alignment with your values and your principles. So guys, this seems like a easy step, and it's simple, but it really isn't easy when you start to dig into it and start to uncover, why is this important? So write down because and find your why. All right, guys, and now we're into our third exercise, and that is identifying who is it, what type of person is it that achieves the goal that we just set out. Let me ask you this. If your goal is to squat 500 pounds, right? Do you become the person who squats 500 pounds after you have squatted it? Or do you become the person who squats 500 pounds, which then enables you to squat 500 pounds? I believe it's the latter. Right? We need to step into the identity of the person who accomplishes that goal. So what you need to do is you need to take your goal and ask yourself, what characteristics does the person who achieves this, what characteristics do they have, right? And we could just make up some, that are common that we see in athletes that come up, but I want you to find the characteristics for you specifically, right? You might come up with committed, right? You might come up with dedicated. You might come up with focus, right? And what we're going to do, guys, when you identify these, right? There's a lot of characteristics that you can explore, but we're going to put them into identity statements. And what you would do is you would write them, I am committed. I am dedicated, and so on, guys. And what you would do is you use these statements in the morning and before training sessions to remind you of the person that you are intending to be that day, that you are choosing to be, that you are stepping into, guys. And if you do this, if you create this habit of reminding yourself of who you want to be, you step into that identity, and it makes achieving your goal much, much easier, and everything that comes with it. All right, guys. So finally, I want to mention our 90-day program is coming up here January 18th. So if you want to get stronger and better technique in the Olympic lifts, all while your body feeling the best it ever has, this program is going to deliver big for you. So guys, check it out. I'm wishing you a happy New Year's, and do these exercises, guys. Do yourself a favor and set yourself up for your best year yet.